Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Miss J, and I'm here today to bring you some simple yet essential tips and tools that you can really use. So you can see from the thumbnail that this video is going to be about taking care of your elderly relatives, or you can also use these same tips that I'm going to give you today if you are a caregiver for a loved one or a friend. And y'all have to excuse me. I'm going to be looking this way because I'm actually a soccer mom again today. I'm at the field. Kristen has practice, so I'm part where I can see her. So if you see me looking off, I'm just looking at my baby out there on the field. So anyway, guys, I'm telling you, the past couple of weeks, it has been a trying time for my husband and myself and our family. We have just really been trying to wrap our minds and wrap our hands around some things that are going on as it relates to our relatives. So let me just start with the beginning. About 3 weeks now, my mother-in-law has been in the hospital. Excuse me, y'all. So we have been dealing with that. And so that's what prompted me to make this video with her, and then something that happened on yesterday. And so when you are caring for a loved one or elderly person, I want you to keep these 3 tips in mind. And they all begin with the letter S. The first one is to seek God. Whenever you're dealing with that kind of situation, you need to seek the Lord as it relates to, how to care for them, what medical facility they need to receive their treatment from, what kinds of programs are available in your community, whether they need home health assistance or whether they're going to need physical therapy, occupational therapy. Maybe they just need someone to come and sit with them. They may need someone to help them with their bills. And I'm saying someone, but the someone could be you or someone else in your family. You really are going to have to seek the Lord to figure out how you can divvy out the responsibilities if you have someone else to help you. For some people, it may all fall on you. Right now, a lot of it has fallen on my husband because one of his brothers, he lives far away. And then his younger brother, both of them are younger brothers, but because my husband is oldest, but his youngest brother, he just started another position at his job, and it's like an hourly position. So he can't take off but so much time from work. So you really just have to seek the Lord on what to do, how to effectively take care of your loved one, because it's not an option about whether or not to take care of them. You have to, but you do have to seek the Lord on how to do it. All right. So that's number 1, seek the Lord. And I can tell you, yesterday, I didn't even listen to my own advice that I'm giving you yesterday, because a lot of times we just don't think, we just react. And that happened to me yesterday. I took the day off from work yesterday because I myself was not feeling well. And maybe that's why, because my mother called me a little before 12 o'clock, frantic. I mean, she was just so frustrated about a situation. And all I said to her was, okay, I'm coming. Now, when I said, okay, I'm coming, my mom don't live down the street, okay? My parents live about 2 hours away from me. And so when I got close to her house, I started calling and nobody answered. When I got in her driveway, I looked down at my phone. She had sent me a text before I even left my house, but I didn't get it. And she told me she had the issue resolved and that I didn't need to come. Well, like I said, I didn't read that text until I was literally in her driveway. But had I sought the Lord before I left the house, Lord, what do you want me to do in this situation? God, how can I assist my mother in this situation? How can I help to take this load off of her so she won't be so frustrated? He would have told me. He would have directed my path, but I didn't seek him. I just jumped in my car and I tried to handle it in my own power. Okay, so don't do that. Seek the Lord and he will give you direction. He will even bring people into your path that will give you information or just help you, be of an assistance to you while you are trying to take care of your loved one, because it is a strain and it can be very emotional on you. But if you've ever flown on an airplane, they always tell you put your mask on first, because if you're not together, then you can't help someone else. All right. So seek the Lord, and he will give you the wisdom and strategies and everything that you need to make sure that you can take care of your loved one effectively. All right. So then tip number 2, guys, is to simply stay calm. And I definitely have to remind myself about that, because like yesterday when my mother called me, she was so angry. She was already on 100. And it was so tempting to be on 100 right there with her. But what good would that have done? So, it didn't make no sense for both of us to be all upset and all emotional. And then you cannot make a sound decision. When you make emotional decisions, is usually not the right one. Is not the right decision. So just stay calm. So the whole time when she called me, she was just, fussing and so forth. I was like, okay, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I said, Mom, Mom, what do you need for me to do for you? Do you want me to come down there? She was like, yeah, come down here. And so that leads me to my 3rd tip. When I asked her, Mom, what do you want me to do for you? Basically, I was asking her, how can I serve you? And that is tip number 3, serve. So when you are dealing with caring for your loved ones, you have to serve them in a compassionate way. Now, of course, you won't let nobody take advantage of you, because sometimes sick people can really put it on, and every 5 minutes they ringing a bell or, whatever. You do have to set some parameters, because people will milk it, okay? But I'm talking about a person who's really, really, they really cannot do for themselves. They really need your assistance. You are there to serve them. And of course, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. Like I said yesterday, I took the day off so I could rest my body. Y'all hear how my voice sounds. I really took the day off so I could rest my body. But when my mother called, how I felt went out the window. It's now time for me to serve her, because she has served me all my life. And maybe you say, well, my parents wasn't there for me. That doesn't matter. You're going to follow the golden rule, which says you treat people the way you want to be treated. See, you can't control what people did to you and how they did. Only thing you can control is how you respond. And you should respond in love. So you need to serve. And the other thing I want to talk about serving, you need to serve in such a way that it is a win-win situation for all parties involved. So many times where, our relatives need our help, it may require you to take off from work, or it may require for you to spend extra money, or if they need if they need toiletries or whatever, and you're not prepared, they need food or whatever, you have to do those things. You have to make sure you're not putting yourself in a bind. Again, seek the Lord to get wisdom on how to do those things. Like, for example, my mother-in-law has been in the hospital for almost 3 weeks. My husband cannot take off 3 weeks from work to sit in the hospital with her. Cannot do that. I can't take off 3 weeks from work to sit with anybody. I cannot do that at this time. So what we have done was we have rotated the schedule. You know what I'm saying? That first week that she was in there, he spent the night with her every single night. But what he would do during the daytime, she was going to different appointments, and she was having her tests and all these things, therapy. So he would go to work during the day. And then in the evening, that's when he would come and, spend the night with her. Now she's in a different type of facility. It's more of a rehabilitation facility. So it's still a hospital, but it's on the rehab side of the hospital. So, but it's in another town. So again, he's not spending the night, but once he get off from work, he goes there. Like yesterday, what he did was he didn't go into work until the afternoon. So he, took care of some of her things in the morning and then in the afternoon. So you have to do what you have to do. And a lot of the things that he does around the house, I've had to pick up. I've had to have to pick up some responsibility, because it's all hands on deck. We have to serve. That is our family. They can't help themselves. So we have to come together and serve them in love and serve them with compassion, And so those are my tips that I have for you. Again, seek God, stay calm, and serve. And serve in a way that's win-win for everybody. I cannot stress that enough. Don't put yourself in a bind, trying to help somebody else. If you don't have it, then you're going to have to ask the Lord. Maybe there may be a program or something that can help you. I can give my personal story. When I had to go to Atlanta when I was fighting breast cancer, and I had to stay at the hotel for 6 weeks, I told them, I can't pay for this hotel for 6 weeks and stay down here and pay for food and all this stuff. I was like, I can't do it. So they put me on a program. They found some type of, I don't know what the program is called, but there was a program. See, I had to seek the Lord. There was a program where they put me on it, and they took care of that necessity, because I was not able to do that on my own, because only thing, I was concerned about was I got this deadly disease in my body that I am fighting. So, and they didn't want me to be stressed out about anything else. So there are programs that's available to you and your loved ones. You just got to seek the Lord and find out what they are. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I am definitely going to try to get me some rest, because y'all, your girl is tired.com, but I wanted to make this video for you. But before I leave, I want you to answer this question for me. In what ways do you serve your loved ones? One example was the other day when I went to see my mother-in-law, took my girls, we sang a song. Well, they sang, not me. They sang a song for her, and she loved it so much. Before we left, she was like, can you sing me one more song? So they sang her a couple of songs, and, we spent some time with her, and we left. So give me an example of a way that you can, or a person can serve their elderly relatives, or someone that they are being a caregiver for. Guys, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you again for watching. Go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you will know when I upload videos. You guys have a blessed day, and I will see you at the next video.